Hello and welcome to another very special edition of Bondi Snapshot. I'm sure you're going to recognise our guest today. She is at the forefront of the fight against food waste and championing sustainability in our country, and she's also a very proud Bondi local. Please join me in welcoming Ronni Kahn from Oz Harvest. Good morning, Ronnie, and thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful autumn morning here at the North Bondi Surf Club.
Well, it is such a treat. I've just walked the Bondi to Bronte walk, and all along the way, all I could think of was immense gratitude for living in Bondi and being able to enjoy this exquisite, exquisite beach of ours.
Tell us a bit about your journey. So Oz Harvest, which is such an amazing organisation with the work it does.
You know, I was working in my event business. I had a problem. I was creating waste. All the time I was putting on wonderful events and there was always food left over. We're talking 18, 19 years ago. Nobody was talking about food waste. Nobody understood then
About waste.
that a third of all food goes to waste.
A third.
A third, and that if food waste was a country, it would be the third biggest emitter of methane gas, and it's the third biggest reason for our climate crisis. And so really what became this beautiful journey was that actually I was solving two problems, both a social, because there were people who needed food, as well as an environmental problem. And I think that's really the crux of why Oz Harvest has been so successful.
How does it actually operate?
At our very core, we are a transport and logistics company. We just do it for free. So we have about 70 vehicles, a fleet of vehicles that are all refrigerated and paid drivers. We collect food from anywhere in the hospitality industry, and we deliver that food across the country to over 1,700 charitable organizations. And we actually have shared our model in the UK, in New Zealand, and most importantly in South Africa. There are 19 million people every day who do not have food. And so we started South Africa Harvest.
And you shared your story. You wrote with your daughter-in-law.
Yes, my book, my memoir, A Repurposed Life, has just come out, available at Gertrude and Alice.
Which is one of the best bookstores.
Best bookstore right here in Bondi. And I've had extraordinary feedback and beautiful messages.
It's wonderful that you can share that with us.
Yeah.
And share your journey. But I mean, I guess there's a bigger picture as well now for what you do.
Intervention is a huge part of the future of Oz Harvest. By 2030, this country has a commitment to halve food waste. Well, we're not on track. We have 9 years, and so for us, that is a very big focus. But each and every one of us can be part of the solution. And in terms of food waste, we have a new mantra. You know, we come to this beach and we want to slip, slop, slap. But in our homes, we have to look, buy, store, cook.
And your education.
We've got many streams to our education pillar, which is so exciting. So the first one literally is taking vulnerable people, vulnerable youth, and putting them through hospitality training. That's our Nourish program. So we've got primary school education program that's called Feast. And we've just grown that program to go into high school. And any school that's listening, anyone who works in a school that doesn't know about our Feast program, please check in, because we need that to get into every primary school in Australia, as well as then into high school.
And so how can people help? I mean, obviously the funding is a major part.
Look, every dollar that's donated to us allows us to deliver at least 2 meals to someone in need. But time is very valuable to us too. If people want to volunteer, we have beautiful volunteering programs. And then food, so it's 3 things: time, money or food.
And how do you see the future for Oz Harvest?
So my goal would be to put us out of business, but it's not happening quick enough. So really, what we have to do is we have to shift and change our behavior. There will be a big campaign this year as part of our Fight Food Waste campaign that I would love every single Bondi resident to get engaged with, and that is to literally help us use up all your surplus food and not waste food, not throw it to landfill. We need to compost it. There is a significant difference between throwing food into your garbage bin and putting it into compost. It will literally save our planet.
So Ronnie, thank you so much for coming here. So if people want to reach out, your website has a number of resources on there?
Absolutely. Just go to ozharvest.org. It shares how you can volunteer, how kids can get involved, our school programs. The website is the go-to place, filled with ideas. Also, you can buy the book through our website, A Repurposed Life, or more importantly, support our local
bookstores. Yes, yeah. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been an absolute honour, and I wish you all the best with the journey. And I do hope one day you might go out of business. But thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I love being a resident of Bondi, and I love sharing anything that we can to highlight our beautiful suburb.